Alright, so the start of something a little bit different today. I'm pretty excited because I actually got this for Christmas, and it's almost the end of February now. I'm finally going to be using this, although it did take it a while for it to ship. I guess the original one was not in stock, and so I was given another one. This was given to me as a gift by my in-laws, so thank you very much. I'm finally getting around to using this. I've been really excited for a long time. As a material scientist, kind of the latest and greatest craze is 3D printing. It was something that was new when I was a college student in 2007, 2006, graduated in 2007. I guess they'd been around for a while, but they were starting to become more mainstream things. Companies were starting to have them. But this is a little bit different. So it's not a 3D printer. I don't have one of those yet. But rather, I was given a 3D pen, which I think is a little more interesting, at least to start. So maybe not so precise with some of the stuff that we're going to make. But this is a Mynt3D printing pen. And it comes with some ABS. I've actually not opened the box yet, so this is the first time I am opening the box here. And we've got an AC/DC adapter. Let's see, it puts out 5 volts and 0.35. Our input is 0.35 amps, 2000 milliamp output, so that's 2 amps out. So 2 amp power supply. So that's neat. And then we've got our plug here, pretty cool. And we've got some tools. I'll have to read the instructions on that a little bit. But the main point of interest here is the pen itself. And this is a Mynt3D Pro. So 2 amp, 5 volt input. It's got a slider over here. I think that's for advancing. I believe this over here is for adjusting the temperature, plus and minus. And then this is for speed control, and this is for like continuous or not continuous flow. And then we've got an area that says don't touch because it's hot there. So this is going to be rather interesting. Now along with this, I was also given some accessories. Obviously, I got a bunch of PLA filament, so hopefully that will work with this pen. Most 3D printers are able to use a variety of different materials, so we'll see. And I got this to start out with. And then I was also given this set of silicone mats, which I don't know if you could tell or not, but they actually have a bunch of grooves cut into them there. And I think what this is for is if you want something like, okay, you want to make a circle of a certain diameter, or have a certain angle, or have a straight line, or create a grid or something, you can move your pen along the groove and create something at a right angle. So whereas the pen is freehand compared to the a 3D printer that's it maps out exactly where it's going to deposit every little piece of material. This, at least, you could use some like straight edges as a guide to make something that's not just like a freehand scribble. This will actually be, it should look pretty regular when we're done. So we're going to start to play with this today. Alright, I've gone ahead and read the instructions on the pen, and they're pretty simple. So I've got my mat here, and the first thing we're actually going to try to make is, if you've seen my 5S video for my desk, and if you haven't, go watch it now. There's this area over here that was just marked off where I've been having my rechargeable batteries sit. And what I'd like to do is create a little holding container for them. Pretty simple. I'm basically just going to make a little box, a wireframe box. And to do that, let's see, it looks like we need 1, 2, 3, 4, approximately 4, I guess they're a little more than a centimeter, I guess they're ½ inches, so this is a ½ inch grid. Interesting. So we'll do 1, 2.5 inches that way, and let's see, looks like 1, 2, 2 inches that way. and then we'll fill in the grid going this way, and then we'll build it up on the sides, and so hopefully we'll end up with a little box. I've chosen to use PLA just because that's I have more of it, first of all, and second of all, it's got a lower starting temperature. For this particular pen, it says to operate PLA at 175 degrees C, and if I was going to use the ABS, I'd be using that at 210 degrees C. This should just stick to the grid here. Says you might need to use like polycarbonate or glass with a thin layer of washable glue stick. Makes for an optimal work surface, but you can use anything that's heat safe and your filament adheres to. So it should adhere to this, so it'll drag. I'm going to be using like continuous mode. Yeah, so just going to wire it up and then get it heated up here and put my little finger protectors on so I don't burn my fingers. I got these. I guess one's for finger, one's for thumb. I'll probably have that on the one hand while the other hand is working the pen. Obviously I'm not going to have the batteries here at that time, but this is to, like, you know, hold the material down as you need, and it could still be hot, but your finger won't get burned. So we'll see how this works. Alright, so I've just turned it on and the screen came up. It's very nice and readable. Initially it was set to ABS with a target temperature of 210 degrees. I turned that down to 175 since I'm going to be doing PLA. So yeah, I guess it's hitting its target temperature now. So just gotta find a place to set it down where it won't burn my table or anything like that while I go get the rest of what I need. Okay, in doing that I actually had to press the feed button and release, and now it's actually going up to temperature, and actually going pretty quickly. It started at 30 maybe like 20 seconds ago, and it's already up to 171. So okay, it's up to temperature. Great. And what is the other thing I needed, you might ask? Well, I need a file, because this PLA filament is supposed to be exactly flat, and it is not. It is slightly sticking out on the side. So I am going to go ahead and file that off. I had to get a file. Yeah, this is a little bit overkill, but it's the only file I could find in my workbench on short notice. So that being the case, this is now filed down. This is a dirty file. Hopefully none of that crud impacts this. Ooh. Eesh. Oh, that's kind of dirty now. Okay. So now it's fluctuating between 174 and 175 degrees. It's all good. I kind of want to leave this thing in the bag and feed it as it needs, but yeah, whatever. Alright, so let's go ahead and feed this in here. How this is supposed to go. Push it in until it doesn't go in anymore. Alright. And then it's supposed to hold or do continuous feed. I should start feeding it in. Alright, I guess that's done. Let's put these on just in case. Put these on the right way just in case. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be coming out here at some point. I don't know which way is fast and which way is slow. Oh, there we go. So we got some material now. So, yeah, let's break that off. Sticky plastic. Yeah. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's actually do it down here. Nope, temperature's down. 140, 150, 160, 173, 75, 76. There we go. Alrighty. So this is kind of like operating a little like a, oh shoot. This is going to take some getting used to. Oh boy. So it's kind of like operating a I don't know, like you're decorating a cake almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah. There we go. Let's start again. So you gotta apply even pressure. Make sure you get enough material in there, because it is constantly extruding. And I like the constant mode. Irk. Well, it doesn't really want to go backwards. Let's try this way. Depositing material in the groove here. It's filling it up. I might go back over that. Yeah, there we go. So we don't want any weak spots. So I will say this takes a very steady hand in order to get something that looks good. But it's very interesting for sure. And it's going to take me a little while to figure out how to do this well. So I'm starting to get the hang of it a little bit. Alright, so now I have a couple options. I can try to raise this thing up and I don't know, I could try to raise it up and push it back into the groove and make little bars from it that way. Or what I could do, and I think I'm going to try to do this, is no, that doesn't work very well. Alright, so I am going to try to, maybe I should keep these here. Alright, so if I pull this up, oh, it's a lot stronger than I thought it would be. That's good. Oh man, this is kind of kludgy. It's all good though. It's all good. My first thing. Alright, so let's just make a little strip that goes up maybe 2 centimeters. And on this side, same thing. Oh, this is a mess. You have to be a little careful with it because it does take a little while to stop being melted, and if you start moving it before it's solidified, you end up like twisting the thing. So let's just continue making a box here. Three, 4, 5, 6. Alright, and we will have fun filing that later. Okay. Actually, let's put this down for a moment if we can without burning the table. There we go. And take the time to this massive file. Oh man, this is hilarious. Should have gotten a set of wire cutters too. Okay, now that's broken off. That's good. And I'm going to want to clip this as well. This would actually be kind of good for kit bashing, I think, if you wanted to make, certain parts. Although again, maybe a 3D printer, an actual 3D printer would be better for that, because this is a little on the freehandy side. But I think we can get good at this. I am satisfied with my first attempt. Still got plenty of PLA here. And this is supposed to be 5 meters total that I had, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so let's see if we can stick this kind of in the groove again. Yep, okay, did that pretty good. And then over here. And then let's draw here. Give that a little time to harden. It is kind of remarkable what we're doing here. I am creating something out of a rod that is roughly a three-dimensional shape. I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, this is basically just a little hand extruder here, and it does a pretty decent job. Well, let me see. All right, so we got our batteries. Let's set this down again. I need to make like a little frame for that or something. So now for our batteries. They're going to sit in here, kind of like that. I want to be able to put the other ones on top of them. So what do I need for that? Okay, we need to put a couple more rows over there, and then that'll be golden. And then I'll have my little battery box, which is pretty cool. Alright. So sorry we're doing this video kind of in one take. Didn't really know what was going to go on here, and I'm kind of a one take kind of guy sometimes. So there's PLA fibers everywhere. I can also just hold the button down. Which is not a bad idea. Alright, let's lay down a couple more fibers there. I'm not very good at this manual control. Let's see what happens when I try to just lay it down freehand. I get quite a squiggle. I get a real squiggle. Here, we'll show you what the squiggle looks like. Alright. And there you have it. My first little shape out of PLA with my new 3D pen. We're going to clip this and clean it up a little bit, and yeah, just use it for our little battery box like we intended. Not bad. Alright, well, here's our finished little battery box. And I've cleaned it up some. There's still a couple of little filaments around. I can't find wire cutters right now, so I had to cut this up with a pair of scissors. But seems adequate. You know, if I put it on my desk here and put batteries in it, it seems to hold them pretty well, or at least contain them pretty well. And then let's see, these are the 2300 milliamp ones. And we could just take this and watch me break it here. And this, oh, don't want it to snap. But yep, that fits inside of our little area about perfect there. A little bigger than what the area was, but yeah, so that area is now 5S. Incidentally, I did clean my desk today before we started this, so the Kamishibai board is working well. And yeah, so as for the 3D pen, very interesting device. I'll have to come up with some more things I can make with it, and obviously as I you know, grow more skilled, we will find more things we can do with it, and hopefully those things will look better. Very neat tool. Never actually even heard of anything quite like it, although, you know, it just makes sense. I mean, this is basically like a 3D print head minus the frame that it would sit on with hand controls. So it's pretty neat. And yeah, I got a couple other projects I think we've got for it. I might try repairing the handle on the link cover of our dryer, because that'll be a pretty unique fix, and I think that'll be kind of fun, something this would be good at. And yeah, but I think it works really well, you know, it's just as advertised, and it's pretty cool. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully you guys enjoy more of these 3D pen creation videos, and at some point I do plan on getting a 3D printer and see some of the things that we can make with that. But for now, hope you guys have a great rest of your days, and yeah, check back for more. We're going to try to put more videos up with music and some soda reviews and some putting together some broken 78s in a series I call Cracked, and you know, some other projects, making things around the house, fixing things around the house, and so on and so forth. So yeah, thanks for watching today, and hope you have a wonderful time the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Bye for now.